If this doesn't work, then I give up. Okay? I'm sorry. To watch myself, make sure, yay, okay. Now that if anybody wanted to actually join me, they're probably like over it now and they're not gonna come on because it literally took me 5-6 attempts. But that's okay because you guys can hopefully watch the playback and you won't see the entire mess that just happened. Okay, so I am going to be working on the junk trunk kit thing that I got. So I'm going to be making the cover, and the cover is going to be mostly sewing. So of course, it will tie into my channel. So if you're interested in learning how to make it, I'm making a traveler's notebook. If you don't know what a traveler's notebook is, this is the one that I use, and it has a cord around it to keep it shut. So I'm gonna make one of these. Alright. So we got some faux leather, and then we have some flannel, actually. So first I'm going to figure out my measurements. I want it to be 5 by 8. And so 8 tall, 5 wide. I'm going to let's write it down somewhere. Because I suck at math. So if it's going to be 5 inches wide, then I'm going to be doing the cover, so times 2, so 10, and then maybe the binding will be like 1 inch, so it's 11, and then a 1/2 inch seam allowance, so that's going to be 12 inches, and then the height is going to be 8 inches. And I always give myself like a 1/2 inch seam allowance just because I like to be a little bit forgiving. So 8, so 9, so my cover's going to be 12 by 9 inches. I think she said she gave me more than 12 by 12, so that will be fine. Alright. So this has like a felt backing, which is weird. I've never seen this like faux leather or vinyl, I guess, with a backing like that. It makes it actually, it's really, really soft and squishy. So I think that I'm going to make the entire cover inside out. Because I can. Sorry about that. So feel free to chat. Say hello. If you're from Jessica's channel and you're coming to check out what I'm going to do, just kind of make that straight. Alright. So 12 inches. And then by 9 inches. So if you're just joining me, I'm going to be doing a traveler's notebook with the junk trunk kit. I think that was the idea of it. Like, I'm not creating something new. That was what she gave the supplies for. So now I'm going to be making the cover. Okay, yeah. I'm still on track. Okay. So when it's folded, I gave myself a good little bit here for the binding, or yeah. And now I'm going to be using this for the inside of it. And then hopefully I have, okay, so I'm going to be using some for a pocket, I think, also. I'll see how far I can get. Just going to square this off. I have a very bored Labrador over there. Just like, can we go to bed now? I tell her to go to bed, but she wants to stay with me, so she won't leave. Okay. 12 inches. Just gonna square that off. And then 9 inches. Okay. So when I saw how she did it, she made hers kind of like, she just put the 2 pieces and then sewed all the way around, which you could definitely do that, and it would, you know, create a more, I don't know what's called, not so perfect look. But I like it, but I think I'm going to do it a different way just so that it is something new for her viewers to see. I'm going to be using some of this, which is called Fusible Interfacing. It is a stiffer weight, I guess. And I'm going to be putting it on the back of this because I want it to be a little bit more rigid, since it is going to be a protective cover. And you don't have to be too precise with this stuff. I even like to put it like a 1/2 inch away, just so that I don't sew on it and it doesn't make things too thick around the edges. Like, literally, I don't care. Okay, and so the shiny side, there's either a shiny side or a rough side. That is where the glue is. And then I'm going to lay it with the glue side down. And then use my iron. And try to get that glue to melt. This one, because it's so thick, it takes a little bit longer. This is the Fusible Interfacing. You can find it on the bolt, or you can find it in a packaging. Usually just like with all the sewing stuff. I think it's called Heat and Bond would be the brand name. And then there's Pellon, which is usually on a bolt. Oh, my auto turn off. And make sure you're using a dry iron when you're doing this. Alright, it's starting to fuse finally. You want to make sure it's fused, because if not, when you go to flip it, then it will. And I usually like to give it another one on the other side just in case. If you're using cotton, sometimes when you're ironing it on the other side, it can be a little bit wrinkly. This is flannel, so that's why I'm going to be... See, now it's got some rigidity to it. My goodness. I don't know what brand I chose, but this is not the best brand, I'll tell you that. I've always had some difficulty. The other stuff that I got was on the bolt, and it was Pellon. And it's got a rough texture for where the glue is, and you don't have a problem with that stuff. So I don't know. Okay, so now I'm going to be making a pocket out of the remaining fabric, just to use up what I have. Maybe. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to sew down this edge. I put the remaining of the vinyl or pleather, the remaining of this, sew it together. And we'll see how it flips around. And maybe I will make my pocket out of here. I would rather use this just because it would be nicer. Especially if you wanted to make this type of journal for like a planner journal and use it all year. Then it would just be a little bit more... What's it called? I don't know. Durable? That's it. Okay. So I'm not sure if you'll be able to see my sewing, but I'm just going to be sewing one edge here. Okay. And I'm going to do 1/4 inch seam allowance. I'll do 2.5 stitch just because I want this to really hold. The only time I go larger than a 2.5 stitch length is when I am doing a top stitch. Ah, thanks. I am making a traveler's notebook. The cover. I've never actually, like, I've tried and I've failed, but I've never used the faux leather to do it, so hopefully I won't fail this time. Alright, so this is my pocket, and now from here I'll turn it right side out. Need those again. And I'm just going to pinch it down. It's a little bit stiff just because of the vinyl, but that's okay. I think it'll be fine as a pocket. So we'll see how this leather also does vinyl. I keep saying vinyl and leather. I hope you understand. You know I'm talking about the same stuff. How it sews under the machine. Sometimes it can be a little bit sticky and doesn't want to feed. It doesn't want to go through the feed dogs as well. If you have a what is it called? Plastic or plastic presser foot, you could use that. That will help because it's the metal that wants to stick to it. If you also have a metal one and you don't have a plastic one, you can actually take Scotch tape and tape the bottom of your presser foot and it will help glide too. Or you could take some tissue paper and lay tissue paper on top of this. So we'll see how this goes first. It might be okay, but it might not. And I've turned it up to 3 stitch lengths. Zero problems, so that's good. It's going through quite well. Oh my god, I'm so excited. You have no idea. This is gonna look so good. I hope. I really don't know, but I hope. That's the thing about these live streams, is that it's real. If I fail, you'll see it. Alright, let's see how it goes. Oh my goodness. I mean, I don't want to brag or anything, but my straight lines are getting very straight. So doesn't that look so nice with the top stitch and the white just pops? I love it. So good. Okay. So this is how I want it to be. I want my pocket. I totally want it to be pocket. I don't want it to be like a quarter pocket or anything. I want it to be like an actual pocket. So I'm just going to square this off because I can tell that it's crooked. Alright. I really don't want to take off too much. So good. Oh, I love the way it looks already. I need to get more of this stuff. It is so fun to work with. I don't know what I would use it for, but I just want to have it like in my stash. Okay, so this is going to be on the inside. And then I will I think I'm gonna sew here to make the book binding sort of thing. And I think I'll do it last so that you can see the stitches on the outside. Just so it looks pretty and decorative. Okay. So that's pretty much all I'm gonna do for the cover. And then I'm going to put this on top. Put this on top of that. Make sure that's straight. And when you're using this leather stuff, it's usually not a good idea to use pins just because you could puncture holes in it that would be visible. If you had to use pins, then I would do it around the edge where you're like on the other side of your seam. But if you have these clips, I would definitely use them. These clips, I got them from eBay for like $3. So, super cheap. I saw them over at Fabricland and they were like $15 or something, like something ridiculous. And they don't have like good sales, so it's not like over at Joann's and Hobby Lobby where you can just use a 40% off coupon. It's pretty much $15. Yep, that's how much it's gonna cost. Okay, so I'm going to make this inside out, and then I'm going to flip it right side out. So you need to figure out where you're going to do your hole, where you're going to flip it right side out, because you're kind of going to see it. Because there's so much stuff going down here, I don't really want to do it at the bottom, so I think I'm going to have to do it at the top somewhere. I'm going to do it, I think, over here, because this is going to be the back of the book. Okay. Hopefully this goes good. Wish me luck. I'm going to do it on the side, just so I make sure I have all my fabric in line. I'm going to do a 1/2 inch seam allowance, because I gave myself a ton of wiggle room, just because I'm nervous about cutting my fabric too short. Okay. So usually I'll start where I want my hole to end. Put my stitch length back up. And when you're going to do a hole, make sure you do, like, when you're going to be making a hole for flipping, make sure that when you start sewing you lock those stitches really good, because if you don't, then you know, when you go to flip it right side out, you might end up taking your project apart. When you get to the corner, you're going to leave your needle in and then rotate. Getting sick. leave like 3 or 4 inches. Give yourself some good space. Okay, so once you have done all around, I'm going to take my scissors and snip off of the corners. Ouch. Make sure you don't snip into those stitches. And now is the moment of truth. I'm scared. It's always, whenever you do projects inside out, it's always like you don't know if it's going to be bad, because even though you know what you're doing, or you're pretty sure you know what you're doing, but okay, because it's really stiff, it's a little bit hard to do. And I might have to iron it when I'm done. Iron the lining, that is. Oh my god. Oh, hold on. I might need to. I'm just gonna lock up those stitches a little more. Ugh, those scissors are so dull. Okay, alright. I always do this. I make the hole too small, but then I don't want it to be big because it just looks bad. So I just end up struggling the whole time. I don't know, is it working? Get through there. When I make my tutorials, I always speed this part up because it's embarrassing. It's like through the magic of video, and then poof, it's done. And then I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not over here sweating. Nope. That was so easy. You guys can totally do it. Alright, just work it down. I think I'm getting carpal tunnel. Ah. Come on. Like, I can't seem to get a good grip on something. I don't know what's going on here. Get through there. Okay, just push it all in the hole. Go in. There. Wow, look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? Ugh. Yeah. Woohoo! Alright, I get my stick. My turning, or my poking stick out. I found it. I couldn't find it. Oh, I have another. Oh, I see another one. Wow. I'll be okay. Okay. There we go. Starting to second guess myself now if this is gonna work. Okay. This stick is from, like, you know, the batting that you can buy, or the pillow stuffing. Yeah, I just keep those hanging around. It's basically just a chopstick. You can buy, like, literally special plastic poking tools. But really? Do you really need a special plastic poking tool? Yeah, it's the part that we don't tell people about when we make things. Oh my god, this looks like it'd be so hard to make. And you're like, yeah, it was so easy. It just took me like 5 minutes and then another 45 minutes to turn it right side out. But other than that, it took me like 5 minutes. Okay. So, there's my key. So it seems thick, but we're going to do a nice little top stitch all the way around. And this is the part where you can't screw it up or it's going to be pretty obvious. Yeah. So for this part though, like I'm trying to get the fabric like that, if that makes any sense. I'm just going to clip it just so that I can make sure that it's all the same. And then we'll get down to the hole and then we'll clip that. We'll just fold the vinyl in and then fold the lining in and try to make it look like it looks like the rest that is sewn. Just so that when you're done, you know, that hole doesn't look as visible, hopefully, is the goal. Hello to anybody who has joined. If you have any questions about what we are doing, then definitely comment, chat. I can see the chat, so if you're from I'm a Cool Mom, Jessica's channel, let me know. Oops. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to do all the way around it, and then we'll work on the pocket. Yeah. She's one of those honest YouTubers, you know, like she's just genuinely having fun doing what she loves to do. She's not trying to be fancy, and I've done scrapbooking, but I had no idea what junk journaling was. And the only reason why I watched her channel was out of pure curiosity, because I was like, what is this? Okay, now I'm going to move up to 3. I think I'm going to do it this way so I can see my stitches. Make sure that I am even. And I'll do it like 1/8 of an inch away from the edge. And when you go over that hole, then it'll just close up. I need to help it go through because some of my stitches appear shorter. Make sure I don't catch the pocket. The pocket's gonna be super thick. Oh dear. What's he doing? Oh. I maybe should switch to my leather needle, but we'll keep going and see what happens. I'm a risk taker, if you know what I mean. I'm scared. Okay. I don't know. Okay, I think we're good. Well, this isn't going anywhere. If you had like a really industrial machine, like this would be like nothing. If you had like one of those commercial ones, this is like a joke. Because I've seen like the Persis tutorials and they're making it with the leather and the vinyl and everything, and it just goes through it like, you know, like nothing, like butter. Sometimes when it's really bulky and I get to my corners, I won't do a straight corner. I'll just, I'll do like a few diagonal stitches. And then keep going. Sometimes I think it looks better. Almost past it. Almost past the pocket. Yay! I don't know what happened there, but oh well, what are you gonna do? I'm not selling it. Okay. There we go. I think it still looks okay. Could be better. But like I said, it was an experiment. Okay, so now I'm going to... Alright, that worked. Okay. Thanks. Here, I'll try to bring it up. I just put chalk on it, so don't worry, it's not permanent. I just want to make my lines on it. So I'm going to make sure that it'll show up. So it's 11. Thank you. So 5 inches and 5 inches. All right. Inches. All right, let's line those up. That didn't work. Isn't that a horrible noise? Come on. Good enough. So I'm going to do 2 line of stitching. And then... yeah. Okay. We'll do that first. I'm going to start at the what do you call it? The seam. Oh, don't you hate when the little bobbin thread gets cut and then it doesn't want to let your work come through? Well, let's try to rethink the white. Just don't look too closely, and it looks great. Okay. Cut my loose threads. I get tingly shoulders, and that's kind of annoying. I think it's kind of like aching, but I feel like I just need someone to come and rub my back. Okay, so that's how it looks so far. Like, this is a real planner. You could use this all year. The papers that you get in the junk trunk kit are what do you call it? Like recipe stuff, and so I think that's pretty neat. So you could definitely use it all year. So this is how these ones go. And then there's that one cord here that pokes in the middle. So I'm going to make a hole at the top and then a hole in the middle. And I think I'm going to use... what do you call it? What are they called? Eyelets. That's what they're called. That from the top of the machine. Could it be your spool of thread, baby? Is your thread no good? That's interesting. Is there, I don't see, I don't really know, but that dial that's on the machine, is that for the top or the bottom? Okay, so this is my little bag of findings. I have these guys, and that guy, and I got the big ones, and let's see what else. Oh yes, I have them all just out of the packaging. I need 3. So little guy. Is this it? I think that's it. Just put those two together. There's no obvious back or front. Okay. And where's my thingy? Right over here. I'm going to use this, my poking tool. Oh no, this is just the one. They're not the double-sided. What am I thinking? They split open. Okay. Yeah, so they're not as pretty on the back. These ones. I'm going to use my little white pen. I'm going to just eyeball it. And then in the center, I don't know how much. Yeah. You need more room. Sometimes when I don't have enough room, I, again, get a little bit risky and use my stitch ripper, which is really dangerous because if you slip, then you will make a bigger hole, like I almost did. Is that the right one? I hope it is. I don't remember. Yeah, it is. Doesn't that look so good when it's nice and clean? It's funny, the one, my Webster's page is not clean at all. Oh, this is going to be a pain. The pocket one is really, really thick. I might not be able to get through that. And if I do, it's probably not going to look very good. I don't know how people make these things. I would love to see the process. I haven't found a good video of someone making leather notebooks. See, it is really, really tight around this part. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through the pocket, honestly. So using the stitch ripper, the actual It's got like a little blade in there, so this is the best thing to use, I think. Unless you have a bigger poking tool, you can make a really, really wide hole. Which I might have, actually. Let me check. It is Mastercraft. I don't even know what it's for, but I got it with a set of screwdrivers. So. I'll go the other way. This is taking too long for me. Ah, things are falling. Oh my god. Okay. I don't know. I do not know. I'm gonna go get my hammer now. I don't know where it is. Uh-oh, that's not good. Where'd it go? Sorry guys, I just need to find it quick. Where is the hammer? Alright, I found it. The biggest hammer in the house. Okay. I'm not joking around. I'm not going to hammer this on the table or I will break everything. So I'm going to take it on the floor. Of course the chalk doesn't want to come off. Alright. I'll be down here so you guys can keep chatting. It's really, really thick. I should use bigger ones. How do they do this? Sorry. It's not really working for me, so I don't know. I have larger ones, but let's see what they do. This is just too much time spent on these eyelets. And there's extra fabric. I don't know if that's gonna work out. If not, I'm just gonna give up because it's taking too long. I'll just say whatever. You know what you can do actually is yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That is what I'm going to do. Take some embroidery floss. Get a good needle. I've never been good at these things, these eyelets. The ones that are really good is when you can like one of these. Honestly, I've never even used those things. I've always just used it as a hole punch. How do I know which one it is? See, I'm a sewer, but I have all the paper crafts. Like I used to make cards and stuff, so I got everything. I got the corner rounder. I got the Big Shot. I got like every single Tim Holtz stamping, colors, blending, and just all that stuff. I have a Cricut also. I have an old one, like a Cricut Expression. Alright, let's see. I'm really mad if this works, actually. God damn it. Sorry. Of course, it worked. Thank you, Betty. Like, what's my problem? Oh, how am I going to do this one, though? How am I going to do it? Oh, no. I don't know if I can do it. Oh, well, at least I do the ends ones. These ones are the most important, maybe? Why did I not think of that? That's pretty bad. Yeah. It's like, I'm mad that it worked, but I'm happy it worked too, if that makes any sense. I'm like, where was I this whole time? Alright, come on. It's gonna be like, go over and check out Ashley's stream. It was 10 minutes of her making a junk journal and then 50 minutes of her trying to put eyelets into it. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Okay. All right. These things hate me. Clearly. Watch out, Nala. Where'd that little thing go? Oh well. Whatever. It's good enough. Oops. Let's just pretend it's perfect. Okay. I'm done with you guys. These tools. Goodbye, tools. Not my viewers. Okay, so now I need to find she gave me some of the elastic cord. She gave me some of the elastic cord. This isn't the greatest cord, but this one is a little bit better than the one that she gave me. It's a little bit stronger, so I am going to go through. No, what am I doing? Okay, yeah. Go through one, go through the other. Go through again, and then go through again. Like that. And then you want to tie it a little bit tighter. So if you have a flimsy notebook, if you tie it a little tighter, then it'll kind of curl like that, but it's okay because once you put the notebook part in it, then it'll flatten out. I wish I liked wine. I don't like wine, and I never have. But especially, like, you know, when you go to a fancy restaurant and they're like, oh, would you like to pair, you know, pair it with a wine? It's like, ooh, yes, I'll have this wine and it'll make the food taste better and all that stuff. And I can't. And I haven't yet to meet a wine that I like. Which kind of sucks because I'm like an adult and stuff, and I could do adult things like that. So because I put 2 in, I can put 2 scrapbooks or booklets, or like if you bought these, like you could make this whole entire book, you know, that Jessica's giving you and everything. And then you can also get, you know, these guys from Michael's or Hobby Lobby and add to that too. Yeah, I think red wine makes people's blood pressure go up. I think that's a common thing because that's what happens to my dad. It's got to be something with the blood pressure. But then they say that, you know, a red wine night is good for you, so I think that it must get your blood pumping or something. Okay, so now for the book closure, you just take a loop, about 14 inches. Put both of the ends through the center one, like that. Yeah. Tie a knot. I have to tie a bunch of knots because that's way too little. It's supposed to not go back through the hole clearly. Yeah, I'm not a big beer drinker either. I'm probably would have just mixed drinks if I drank. But I stopped drinking when I started having babies, and it kind of just stayed. All right. Okay. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. So fancy. All right. So this is pretty much the video. My stream today. I'm going to keep going and just, you know, see what I got in this junk trunk kit. So you guys can keep watching. Can you put a tiny flat button on the inside of the center hole to hold it in place? Oh, yes, yes, of course. You could definitely do that. That's actually a better idea than having this gob of knots. So thank you very much. That's a good idea. Alright. What do we got in here? I don't know if it's just me, but when I watch Jessica make her junk journals, I feel like her decision-making process is very, very fast. Like, way faster than mine. All right, Nala. So I think that might be... Hi! That might be an issue for me, since I'm very indecisive. So, she gave us these papers here, and I'm just gonna cut them down. See, I got all the stuff. Look at this. This is like the best one. It's Martha Stewart. I don't know if they sell it anymore, but I do love it. I haven't had a problem yet, so you can, I think you can make like a whole entire little book with just these. It's gonna take forever. So did you, any of you guys order her kit this month? I can't help but wonder how much it would cost to print this stuff out. Nice. I know, I like almost screamed when I saw it in the mailbox. Like, finally! My mailbox is a community box too, so I had to go in the snow to get it. That's how bad I wanted it. Yeah, the retro theme probably touches a lot of people's hearts, especially when they think of, like, this stuff reminds me of like cookbooks that my mom has. Maybe I might be able to cut them together. I'm not sure. I don't want to, maybe. I saw this article though from this era, and it was like the things that you're supposed to do when your husband's coming home, like, you know, make sure you tidy up the kids and make sure you clean up, make sure you put on some fresh lipstick for when your husband gets home, and make sure dinner's on the table. And it's just like, yeah, we don't do that anymore. I mean, I know I don't. hubby gets home and he's like, what's for dinner? And I'm like, I don't know. What do you want to have for dinner? I actually did make dinner today, though. And then he came home and he said, I'm not really hungry, so that's why I don't make dinner. All right. Did you guys buy last month's box? Okay. So this is kind of cool, like the meal schedule, because you could use that if you had a week kind of schedule for your family, that like every Monday is this day, every Tuesday is this day, which is what I should do, because doesn't it just make life a lot easier? Shopping for the week. Yeah, one time I used to be a PSW, and I had like really old clients, and she had, it was one of those, it wasn't Sears, it was something before Sears, and it had like all the prices and everything, and then the wardrobe, and the only shoes that they had were like black, and that was it. They sold white ones, but I think that was only for nurses. Nala, stop shaking. I feel like the vintage stuff probably gets scooped up if there is any anywhere. And whenever I go to I have a Christian benefit shop where it's basically like a cheaper value or like a cheaper Goodwill. And whenever there's something that's like vintage, they always auction it off. I'm like, no, why? Should be first come, first serve. They totally won't. No. I'm gonna have to cut them down, I guess. That sucks. What am I measuring at, by the way? Let's... I guess you know what I did? I know what I did. I made it literally to this book. But obviously this book wouldn't fit in here. Silly me. Oh my goodness. Oh well. That's too bad. Beginner mistake. It's like 6 3/4. See, this is why I gotta do things on live stream, because if I was alone, I would just keep going and I put it all together, and then I'd go to put it in, and then I would be in a bigger mess. And my daughter's only 5, so she can't really keep mom on track. These are kind of cute, these little tags and stuff. Like, where did whoever or wherever it came from, where did it, like, what was it initially? Okay, I guess I'll have to cut it down. Where can I cut without taking too much away? I guess maybe some off the top and some off the bottom. Oh my goodness, I gotta cut off so much. Oh, that really is not cool. Like 1.25 inches. Okay, that's gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt my heart. And possibly yours too. I'm sorry. Oh, that sucks. So sad. Oh man. Pay attention is all I can say, I guess. Oh, that fits. Yeast dinner rolls, feather light dinner buns, golden cake bread. I know. Thank you so much. That would have been not cool. Okay, now what do? I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do this. This is just like... I just found out that it was called a signature. I thought it was called a book. She has everything like so... Like, this is how it goes, but... I don't know. Like, do I keep all this together or should I put stuff in between? See, that's why I'm good at the sewing stuff. Well, not really. Apparently. Yeah. I might need to just think about it some more. And yeah. I don't know. You know what I can do? I can do the things that I know how to do, that's for sure. Now, where is it? Oops. Where'd it go? Where'd all my beads go? Sorry, Nala. I'm just making a mess here. Trying to find stuff. Yeah. I think my creative process might take too long. Sadly. Where are the beads? I thought they were here. Oh, they're here. Silly me. Jesus. This table's a mess. So this time I guess she was making a tassel and I was kind of excited for the tassel. So we got these little rays, split rings, eye pins. Very big selection. She's got faceted beads, wooden beads, stones. That's cool. Stone beads. Are these? Yep, they are. Plastic. Bead caps, which is cool. And then the little tiny ones. Yeah, good variety. So, yeah. Maybe I'll just make them like this. Where I need to find my pliers. I got my pliers here. I've worked with beads before. I've made necklaces and stuff. These stone ones are really pretty. But they're hard to find the hole. You know, I wish you could play music, but you could, but then you can't monetize, and that sucks. Okay, I'll just make a little variation. Okay. Do I have enough space? And then just make my little loopy on the end. Come on. I just heard something in the monitor. I have a baby monitor next to me because I'm in the very basement of my house, and just in case my kids wake up and they're like yelling for me and I can't hear them. Does that look like something? Does that make sense to you? Because I don't really know what she did. And I shouldn't be copying her. And that's why I didn't want to do that with the... What do you call it? The cover. See, when you do it like this, if you do it too tight, then of course they're not going to be able to spin really well. But that's okay, I think. She really does include like a lot of beads though, so that's pretty awesome. And then... Cute! Like I said, I'm going super fast for my own self. I don't know why I'm so indecisive. Maybe it's some deep-rooted issues and I need to work them out with a therapist. I like the blue. Maybe like that, like that. Let's put a little hat on this guy because that's cute. I have some of these. I just never use them. Cute, cute, cute. Put this one on like that. Anyone live anywhere where it's warm? I would like to live vicariously through someone who lives where it is not minus 24 Celsius. It's so cold. Where do you live? It's just no fun when you... And then tomorrow is the first day of school, and I have to go outside in the bus stop. Oh my goodness, it's not going to be fun. Nope. Oh, jeez. I'm so jealous. Well, I think Boston got a really, really bad storm, I guess. So there must have been a really bad cold front that maybe you got the tail end of it over in Georgia. This does not look good. That doesn't look good. No one is going to watch the playback this far in. I can tell you that right now. How long am I going for? An hour and 30 minutes. That's not. That was longer than that. Okay. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do that. I should have cut it shorter, but whatever. I'm not a jeweler. And then these guys, I think I'll put on some of this stuff. Oh, yeah. I'm in the thick of it. I got a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old, so this is going to be my life for a while. My father-in-law just retired. He's been working since he was like 14, maybe even earlier than that. He's 65. Can't even imagine. That is too long. To work. All right. White. Put that last one in there. Yeah, I am in like near Niagara Falls, Canada. So it doesn't get freezing. Like, I mean, it does get freezing, but obviously, like, it could get a lot colder compared to other provinces. Okay. Should I just, like, gather them all up and put them on the string? Is that... Is that weird? I don't even know. It's just for decoration, right? That looks horrible! Oh my god. Look at that. It looks weird. What do I do? I'm gonna have to rethink this whole entire thing. I will give you an update for sure over on Instagram if you follow me on Instagram, because this is not working. I need some inspiration is what I need. Basically, I need to look at other people's stuff. I don't know. I don't see. This is. I doubt myself. I don't. There's got to be a better way. Yeah. Anyways, I better go because I got to go make lunch for my daughter and probably go to bed, because if not, I'm going to really be mad at myself and not want to wake up in the morning. So thanks so much for joining me this long. And I might do another live stream. I'm gonna like go through my picture or the papers and everything and get them in order, and maybe if I have them in order, then I can put it all together. I just don't want to take too long with that whole process of figuring out what should go where and everything. So If you guys want me to do that, then I can. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you subscribe. Okay, I'll see you later. Okay, bye guys.